This is the skier's paradise, the Rjukan Valley in central Norway, the birthplace of skiing itself. But paradise is just about the last word that the 120-strong film unit from England would use to describe their feelings about this valley. They spent several long and bitter winter months out here filming the heroes of Telemark. For them, from now on, they'll take their snow the easy way, on a Christmas card. Even in normal conditions, this kind of work is heavy going. But when temperatures slump to 20 degrees below freezing, and you sometimes vanish up to your waist in snow, then it's work for supermen. Though, of course, that's another word they wouldn't think of using. They're filming today at the Norsk Hydro at Vemork. Here, during the last war, the Germans made the heavy water they needed if they were to be the first in the race to produce the atom bomb. But Norwegian saboteurs blew Hitler's dreams sky high, in the literal sense. And that is the story of the film they're making, and telling it exactly where it happened. Right here on the lip of the kind of gorge that people who suffer from vertigo shouldn't even think about, let alone visit. And if any of the unit thought that once they got away from the exposed mountainside and down into the gorge, life would be easier, then they were in for a shock. They'd forgotten that if you're looking for a wind tunnel, a wind that makes you feel your ears are being bitten off, then this is precisely the kind of place to find it. But there is one sort of consolation. They don't all have to lower themselves down by rope. The cable railway offers a quick way down, if you don't mind leaving your stomach behind you, that is. And so to the task of exploring the bottom of the gorge, looking for the best place to set up camera. The shot they're lining up is the one where the saboteurs, who plan to raid the factory and destroy the heavy water plant, have first to climb down the face of the gorge, a decidedly dangerous operation, and one they're not anxious to shoot too often. Director Anthony Mann and star Richard Harris. Now, at a signal, the actors start their descent. Will the rope hold? Will there be a fall of rock? Nobody repeats questions like these aloud, but everyone is thinking them. Well, after that, this sort of thing is almost fun. On the roads, vehicles can't move without studded tires and chains. But in the mountains, they're forced to use vehicles with tracks. Richard Harris is pleased to note that his co-star in The Heroes of Telemark, Kirk Douglas, seems very much at home on skis, which is a pretty good thing too when all's said and done, because both of them get involved in some very spectacular bits of action on skis right throughout the film. Incidentally, Douglas and Harris play the two Norwegians who lead the saboteurs on their fantastic missions against the Nazi occupiers. Director Anthony Mann tells Ulla Jacobsen, "Today we do your driving scene." Well, normally this wouldn't hold any terrors for Ulla, but in snow like this, with a thick carpet of ice just visible under the surface, you just can't afford to take any chances. And she doesn't. On the half-frozen waters of Lake Tinjo, where The Heroes of Telemark reaches its shattering climax, the camera crew in their special boat find that there are better times for a trip around the lake than in the depths of a Norwegian winter. Says Anthony Mann, "Praise the Lord we didn't take too long wrapping that scene up." And when it comes to moving equipment, the crew have good cause to bless the name of whoever it was who first thought up the idea of the sledge. This is where manpower, for once in a while, can show horsepower a thing or two. And so, with twilight starting to close in over the lake, it's the end of another day's shooting. But many more such days lie ahead before the stars and technicians working on the Heroes of Telemark can take their last look at the wide lakes and savage mountains of the Rjukan Valley. It's been a location they'll never forget. For some perhaps, one they'll never want to remember. But then, when you're in films, there's always a sobering possibility that the next location for the next film could be even worse.